you were at the reunion?
Of course.
Were you there when the whole Joe Budden consequence thing happened?
Which part?
I don't know. I guess there was, it kind of spilled into the street afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that, actually.
But I had heard, because we had Winter Ramos here yesterday, and I had heard that, based on what she said and based on what the Twitter was saying and the interviews were saying and blah, blah, is that, I guess Consequence had like hit or slapped Joe in the back of the head.
But see, the thing about that is Winter didn't see that. So it's the problem that I have, if you can see why I got into a lot of arguments and disagreements with Rocky, is that people carry on hearsay. Okay. So I'm not going to be a part of the cycle of speaking on something if I didn't see it visibly with my eyes. So I've heard what you've heard, right, but we've got to watch the show in order to be able to see what really happened, because everything was captured on film.
Okay.
None of us saw that happen. We didn't see that because, we saw confrontation, but we didn't witness that, him slap him. We didn't witness anything that happened outside, but the cameras did. That's why it's important to watch the show so that you can see with your own eyes, so that when you deliver the information, that it's thorough.
Right. Well,
so I'd rather not, give my perspective.
What Winter did say, she said that she was in the area when the whole confrontation happened between Joe and Consequence to her. She kind of got pushed back. And then she was sitting next to Consequence, and then Joe ran at him. And, and that was something that she actually witnessed.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that.
I don't know anything about that. Actually.
And then the fight actually that happened outside, that was captured on camera.
Everything is on camera. Even the parts that what Windsor said that she says he charged that, we were filming the whole time. So I don't know about that exactly how it played out, but I think the show definitely will be able to show you guys.
I mean, how do you, knowing Tahiri, and I assume that Joe.
I know Consequence as well.
You know Consequence as well.
Yes, and I know Joe.
So I mean, what's interesting about that situation is that, remember there was that whole thing about how when Rocky and Joe got into that sort of argument, she said, I know there were people that wanted to put hands on you.
Yeah.
And then Consequence came to Vlad TV, and then he said in our interview, well, I was the person that was going to put hands on Joe.
Well, because Rocky was, at the time, she is a person who likes the support of other people. So not only was it just Consequence, there were people that were, anyone passing her, she wanted to tell this story about Joe putting his hands on her and how she was assaulted, and she wanted to create a union of people to go against Joe. That was her. I mean, I met people who had nothing to do with this, and they say, man, I heard he beat her up real bad. I even wanted to help her. Like, she's a female. So she was just looking to have a support team, a support system. Right. And now Cons and her, they hate each other. So, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you can't trust a snake. Cons being someone who's like, damn, a man, he's trying to put his hands on you, that's terrible. He wanted to come to her aid, but he realized afterwards that she is not the type of person that you come to your aid for. Like, that was just her looking for a team. She doesn't have a team. Where's her team? Everyone has a team. Where's hers, So, I don't know. I think that was, I think they have bigger problems than Rocky Thunder.
I mean, how do you feel? I mean, there was an altercation because both of them tweeted about it.
Of course.
So how do you feel about these two people that fighting it out?
I think as long as these two people can handle their business on their own, then I give the green light for it. I think the problem comes when people involve outside people who have nothing to do with our immediate circle, because things get out of hand. That's what I think the issue comes from. If they want to go and put on their sweatsuits and their sneakers, and they want to go one-on-one with each other, and they want to box it out and they keep it there, then that's just what it is, And then maybe in the future they can work on building a friendship and a relationship, because we all kind of work together. So, that's what I think it should be. I don't really think that people should involve themselves in business that's not their own. Let the two men handle their own business.
So you think that whole thing started from?
I believe it started from Cons taking offense to Joe saying that he didn't want to do a song with him. Originally, whether or not he really said those words or not, because remember, it's a whole lot of hearsay that happens, and then we lose the focus on what the hell really ever happened, because we're just carrying on the story. So I think that's what initially happened. If you say to me, Jen said she didn't want to do a song with you, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh, really? So she said she didn't want to do a song with me. I'm an artist. I started to take offense to it, never really thinking, like, what if she didn't say that?
Right.
You just
well,
kind
but
of
I mean, Joe did put his hands on Rocky. You know, from everything that I've heard. I mean, there was part of it.
You see, you're a part of the problem. You are part of the problem.
Okay, I see what you're
I was
saying.
going to ask you if you were at the pool party.
Okay, I see what you're saying. No, that makes perfect sense, because you're right, because I'm taking my interview with Rocky.
And that is not
And-
solid. Let me tell you something. If that's your source of no, that is not enough, because I have watched her with my own eyes, not hearsay, blatantly lie on people. She is about punchlines and about sounding good in an interview. She doesn't care about facts. That's not how she operates. She gets her information from Google. That's not good enough.
So you're not a big fan of Rocky Thunder?
I don't like Rocky Thunder at all.
You know, you make that fake ass movie and made a fake ass edit and lied about everything that took part, you know what I mean? But you did it to assassinate me.
And believe me, he been getting his worth out of that female. And I heard something about it that in the pre-agreement or nothing that he said he want his titties and that booty back if it go down. He owned that.